This short film is one of a series of films that Rural Action Yorkshire has developed to tell you all about community-led planning. In this first film, we will outline what we mean by community-led planning and the benefit it offers your community. Community-led plans have been produced by over 4,000 communities in this country since the late 1970s, though they've assumed different names over this period, such as parish plans or village appraisals. Community-led planning is a step-by-step process that can empower a community to define its own future and take action to realise its aspirations. Some of the actions it identifies will be deliverable by the community itself using volunteer effort alone. Other actions may need formal recognition or support from your local authority and service providers. There are three core principles which define community-led planning and distinguish it from other methods of community engagement. The three principles are: the plan is owned by the community. It is wholly inclusive. The actions it contains are evidence-based. Firstly, a community-led plan is just that. It is owned, managed and led by the community. The most effective way of doing this is by consulting your community. No doubt you will be familiar with many types of consultation carried out by your local authority or other service providers. These seek the views of people within your community on a range of predetermined issues or programmes. Community-led planning is different because the agenda is set by the community itself.
Although the initiative to develop a community-led plan most often comes from the parish council, coordination and management of the project should ideally be carried out by a range of people from within the community. This will then promote and establish a sense of ownership and responsibility for ensuring success of the plan. It is important to note that support from the parish council is a key component to the plan's ultimate success, as it will play an important role in supporting the delivery of some of the plan's actions.
As the name suggests, community-led planning should be led by the community, but it is very important to get the parish council on board. After all, the parish council are the elected body for the community, and they will be responsible for delivering at least 50% of the finished plan actions. The parish council will usually be happy to be involved, and one of the best ways of doing it is to invite one or two members of the parish council onto the parish plan steering group. Some of them will probably already be involved with the parish plan through their other interests in the community, like members of the village hall committee or the playing fields cricket club. This will ensure two-way communication between the parish council and the parish plan steering group. It's also very important at the end of the process, before the parish plan document goes to print, that the parish council see sight of it. Although you would not expect them to alter it in any way, they need to know what's in there, because at the end of the process they will be responsible for most of the actions. It is also useful to speak to the parish clerk and ask her if she will minute the adoption of the parish plan at a parish council meeting. This will ensure that it is part of the parish council's mandate for the next 5 years.
Secondly, the community-led planning process should be inclusive. Everyone in your community should have an opportunity to get involved and to have their say. Indeed, the strength and integrity of your plan rests on this, so it is important to encourage widespread involvement and to use a mix of different consultation methods. And thirdly, the actions in the plan are based on evidence and address a range of different issues relevant to your community, be they social, economic, environmental or cultural. Since some of the actions may rely on funding to be achieved, your ability to produce proof of need will be invaluable. Community-led planning can help renew local community spirit. It can provide a vehicle for everyone in your local area to get together and work towards common goals in a way that can be both fun and incredibly rewarding. It can also make your local community stronger and more cohesive as people from all walks of life get to know each other, discover shared interest in their community, and realise the benefits of cooperation. Producing a community-led plan may not alter the course of history, but it could bring about a range of ideas and projects that improve the quality of life for everyone in your local area. For example, where small businesses are struggling, you may be able to stimulate demand for the products or services they offer by promoting tourism. Or where young people are forced to move due to high local house prices, you may be able to explore affordable housing development. Or if the rising cost of heating your homes is a concern, you may want to look into setting up a fuel cooperative or consider local renewable energy generation. One of the goals of a community-led plan is to establish and strengthen communication between the community, the local authority, and other service providers. Building closer partnerships with them will not just increase community understanding of local government and service provision, but will also help external agencies to recognise how CLP can help them target their resources more efficiently.
I'm going to tell you the story of Hovingham, who completed their CLP in 2009. They're a community that were already fairly active, but they saw the parish plan as a vehicle to really get more people involved in the community. They sent a volunteer form out with their questionnaire, and this enabled people to get involved. Many of them were newer residents who hadn't actually been asked before if they wanted to get involved in community activities. They got 50 forms back which asked for people skills, and they gave a whole list of skills in which things they would like to be involved. From this, Hovingham moved forward with the plan, and one of their main objectives was to update their village hall. One of the worst parts of the village hall was the kitchen, which had been designed about 20 years ago by a number of men in the village, and the women felt that it was not really suitable for their needs. So they got some plans together and applied to the LEADER funding from the North York Moors National Park. This was successful and allowed them to update their kitchen up to catering standards. The hall has now been used for many events, including weddings, and local caterers in the area also use it for their events. But one of the main things that came out of it was really interesting, because apparently mentioned in the Domesday Book was an ancient village market in Hovingham. This had ceased about 160 years ago, but yet the villagers were very keen to see something come back similar to it. With sustainability being everyone's forefront, it seemed a really good thing to try and get this back onto the agenda. Hovingham Market started in the autumn of 2009. It runs every Saturday, the first Saturday of every month, and is attracting over 40 stallholders, many from within a short radius of the village. There is also a very long waiting list for people who want to join. The other great thing about it is that there are over 700 visitors to each market. The thing that really is the jewel in the crown here is that the villagers saw the opportunity to let the kitchen be used by the community groups in the village. They go on a rota system and use the village kitchen to provide refreshments for the stallholders and the visitors. So community groups such as the church, the village hall, the WI, the youth club all take it in turn. They do homemade bacon sandwiches, bacon rolls, they do soups and breads. The only condition that the village hall put on them is that they actually source their ingredients locally. Each of the groups on average are making about £500 profit at each event. So that really is showing that Hovingham is very much a sustainable community. The market has gone on to win numerous awards, including the greenest market in Great Britain.
There is also the impact of the Localism Act to consider and the new community rights it contains. These include a right to plan new land use development, a right to express an interest in the delivery of services, and a right to bid for the ownership and management of community buildings and facilities. By promoting awareness and understanding of these rights within the development of your plan, your community will be able to consider whether or not to take advantage of them, and with the evidence provided by the plan, be in a position to act confidently. Ultimately, a community-led plan is one of the best approaches for bringing people in your community together, researching local needs and aspirations, whatever they are, and agreeing upon a range of actions that will benefit everyone in your area.